I See You is a 2002 American thriller directed by Jim Gillespie and starring Sylvester Stallone. Recovering from the psychological effects of witnessing a brutal crime, FBI agent Jake Malloy, played by Sylvester Stallone, checks into a rehabilitation clinic for law enforcement officers in the remote wilderness of Wyoming during the dead of winter. He soon finds himself helping other patients as a serial killer begins killing them, one by one. The film also features an all-star cast of notable supporting names such as Tom Berenger, Charles S. Dutton, Polly Walker, Robert Patrick, Stephen Lang, Jeffrey Wright, Courtney B. Vance, and Chris Christopherson. The film was shot in Washington, D.C. and Vancouver, Canada. Insomnia is a 2002 American psychological thriller film directed by Christopher Nolan and written by Hilary Seitz. A remake of the 1997 Norwegian film of the same name, it stars Al Pacino, Robin Williams, and Hilary Swank. The film follows two Los Angeles homicide detectives investigating the murder of a teenage girl in rural Alaska. After the killer witnesses an accidental shooting committed by one of the detectives, they create a plan for both parties to mutually avoid prosecution. Insomnia was theatrically released in the United States on May 24, 2002. The film received critical praise, particularly for Pacino's and Williams' performances. Insomnia would be the last film directed by Nolan to receive an R rating from the Motion Picture Association of America until the release of Oppenheimer in 2023. Whiteout is a 2009 crime thriller film based on the 1998 comic book of the same name by Greg Rucka and Steve Lieber. Directed by Dominic Sena and starring Kate Beckinsale, Gabriel Macht, and Tom Skerritt, the film was distributed by Warner Brothers and released on September 11, 2009. Whiteout was produced under the banner of Dark Castle Entertainment. The film is set in Antarctica, where Deputy U.S. Marshal Cary Stetko, played by Kate Beckinsale, is planning to leave in a few days. After finding a dead body, Stetko is attacked by a masked killer who is trying to get hold of the cargo in an old Soviet plane that crash-landed in the ice during the Cold War. Whiteout was released to U.S. theaters on September 11, 2009. The film was a box office bomb, but nevertheless, Whiteout still ranks as one of the best winter thrillers for those chilly afternoons when you find yourself holed up in the house. Wind River is a 2017 neo-Western crime film written and directed by Taylor Sheridan. It is the third film by Sheridan on the modern American West. The film stars Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen as a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service tracker and an FBI agent, respectively, who try to solve a murder on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Wyoming, just east of Boulder Flats, deep into the vast and unforgiving territory of the Wind River Indian Reservation. The seasoned game tracker, Corey Lambert, played by Jeremy Renner, discovers the frozen body of the young Native American, Natalie. As this is a federal crime, the FBI dispatches the inexperienced but courageous agent Jane Banner, played by Elizabeth Olsen, to lead the investigation. The unprepared outsider will soon team up with Corey to unravel the mystery of Natalie's murder. Before long, Corey will inevitably have to face his own past, while at the same time, both he and Jane are thirsting to see justice done. In the end, will this be a fruitful alliance? Wind River premiered at the 2017 Sundance Film Festival and was released in the United States on August 4, 2017. The film received generally positive reviews from critics and was a box office success, grossing $45 million against an $11 million budget. Wind River isn't your typical thriller, with its gritty and realistic tone. It may not leave you feeling warm and fuzzy on the inside, but it will certainly make you grateful to be in your warm and cozy living room. Dreamcatcher is a 2003 American science fiction horror film based on Stephen King's 2001 novel of the same name. Directed by Lawrence Kasdan and co-written by Kasdan and screenwriter William Goldman, the film stars Thomas Jane, Jason Lee, Damian Lewis, and Timothy Oliphant as four friends who encounter an invasion of parasitic aliens. It also features Morgan Freeman, Tom Sizemore, and Donnie Wahlberg. Childhood friends Jonesy, Beaver, Pete, and Henry all share a special secret. Each year, they take a trip into the deep Maine woods. This year is different, though. After being stranded in a massive blizzard, the group recovers a man found wandering around. Unbeknownst to them, this wandering individual isn't the only being to be found. Now they must act fast to stop the outbreak developing and to prevent the world from its doom. Dreamcatcher was released on March 21, 2003. The film received negative reviews and was a box office bomb, having grossed $75.7 million against a $68 million budget. Even so, that doesn't stop the hordes of Stephen King fans the world over from keeping this film on the top of their list for snowy day movies.